I greet you, dear viewer. Today is on Monday, 23rd May, the year 2022. We are still on the 6th week of Eastertide. My name is Alex. Welcome to BEA-M Media, and this is our vibrant show, Saint Pedagogy. Today we start by discussing who is the patron saint of environment, considering the fact that hundreds of thousands of Catholics will unite this week to celebrate the progress made in bringing Laudato Si to life and intensify their efforts through the Vatican's Laudato Si Action Program. And here we see St. Francis of Assisi. St. Francis is the patron saint of animals and environment, also called nature. He could be viewed as the original Earth Day advocate, and Francis's devotion to God was actually expressed through his love for all God's creation. Born Giovanni di Pietro di Bernardone and later nicknamed Francesco, meaning the Frenchman, St. Francis of Assisi is one of the most celebrated saints in the Catholic Church. And Pope Francis made a statement when he assumed the papacy by taking the name of Catholicism patron saint of the environment, that's St. Francis of Assisi. He now continually fulfills the legacy of his namesake by stressing the interrelationship between how we treat the planet and how we treat one another. So that relationship among the nature and also among creation. So I believe that brothers and sisters, wherever you're watching from, it's a very good introduction right here that actually we were discussing on the who's the patron saint of environment, considering the fact that, as I said, this is Laudato Si's week, when we have to dedicate this week to pray all over the world. The church is dedicating this day for prayer, especially in conjunction with the encyclical by Pope Francis, Laudato Si. Today is a great day, being on 23rd May the year 2022, still on the 6th week of Eastertide, almost finishing the Eastertide season of the church. Today we're celebrating St. John Baptist de Rossi, a great figure in the church. So brothers and sisters, wherever you're watching from, I'd like to invite you. We listen to his short story right from here at BEA-M Media with me, Alex. This Roman priest, coming from an impoverished family and educated with aid from benefactors, was attracted especially to the apostolate among the herdsmen, laborers, and the teamsters of the Roman Campagna, and he will preach to them in the early morning or late evening when they congregated in the camp of Bacino. The remainder of the day is spent visiting the sick, poor in the hospital of St. Gala, and near it in the year 1731 he established a refuge for the unfortunate who wandered the streets by night. Due to occasional epileptic spells resulting from excessive mortifications while the student of philosophy and theology with the Dominicans, he was ordained by a special dispensation on 8th March the year 1721. He never dared to hear confessions himself. However, while convalescing in Civita Castellana in the year 1738, the local bishop insisted on his taking up that pastoral ministry too, and in this he proved himself so effective that he was given the unusual faculty of hearing confessions in any church in Rome. Therefore, he spent many hours a day hearing confessions, particularly of prisoners, the poor, and illiterate in the hospitals or in their homes. Born on 22nd February the year 1698 at Voltaggio, Geneva, Italy, John Baptist de Rossi passed away in Rome on 23rd May the year 1764 and was buried at the altar of the Blessed Virgin in the Church of Trinita di Pellegrini. He was beatified by Pope Pius the 9th in the year 1860, and he was canonized by Pope Leo the 8th on 8th December the year 1881. A great figure in the church indeed, whom we're celebrating today, actually St. John Baptist de Rossi. From this great figure, we learn a lot of things as Christians and as good people of God. As we have seen, is that he was a Roman priest, and he came from an impoverished family, a very poor family. So if we can try to challenge ourselves as Christians and as people of God, do you know your family background? But because with him, we learned that he came from an impoverished family, meaning that it was a very poor family. And do you say thank you when you have been helped to be where you are? Because it was helped by benefactors for education and to gain all what he gained. So also we pray for all those who are supporting us in one way or the other, starting from our parents and also our brothers and sisters and all people of God. So we have to take this chance as well to thank them for what they have done for us. Sometimes we go without thanking them, because thank you is a very good phrase, and actually we are supposed to embrace it at all times. Are you visionary to make your family better? Because with him, he came from a very poor family, but at the end of it all, we see him elevated to become a saint. A saint is a very great figure in the church. So also on your side, on my side, are we ready for this elevation? And as we've seen, he was educated with aid from benefactors. Do you give help when need be? Because sometimes we get people who are stranded, who need our help, but we overlook them. So it's a challenge to each and every one of us, right from here as Christians and as people of God, that when we have this chance to assist others, we have to chip in and assist them when need be. Do you say thank you when you have been helped? With him was helped by benefactors to become what he is, especially in terms of academics, for the school fees and what have you. So he became thankful to them. Something we have to learn from him. Is there need to help one another? As human beings, we were created to coexist. So sometimes we take it for granted that man for himself, God for us all. So, but that one should not apply in our daily living, in our coexistence. So we have to assist one another to become better. And that's the obligation of human beings and Christians. And he visited the sick in hospitals and the poor. He established a refuge camp for the unfortunate. So what is your apostolate? With him, that was his apostolate. So as Christians, we have to decide what is our apostolate, especially when it comes to the spiritual matters. So do you take your apostolate at heart? Because sometimes we might be assigned apostolate. You get that clear, assigned, but it doesn't come from intrinsically, from inside. So sometimes how do we carry this apostolate? And do we pray for the sick and visit them? Because as Christians, we have to get time to visit the sick in hospitals, also in their homes for those who don't have a chance to be in hospitals, and pray with them. So out of that, they regain energy to carry on with life. And do we pray for the sick? There's also a challenge to each and every one of us. Sometimes we petition a lot, but we don't intercede. Petitioning is just our prayers, our wants, our wish to God. So also, as people of God, we have to take a special chance as well to pray for others. That's interceding for them, because others, they don't know how to pray. So especially the young ones and the elderly, sometimes they forget to do it. So it's our responsibility to pray for them, to assist them to channel their wants to God. And he encouraged the sacrament of conversion, penance, and to the people in local setup and the prisoners. Actually, he encouraged the sacrament of reconciliation. So sometimes also we don't see the need of going for this sacrament as Christians. So if I can ask you, why are you not ready for this sacrament? If I can ask myself, why am I not ready for this sacrament? So sometimes we tend to be clean when we are not. So it's a challenge to each and every one of us that we have to embrace this sacrament, because they assist us to be closer to God each and every day. So we have to embrace this sacrament so that our sacrifice, our daily prayers can be acceptable before the eyes of God. Are you baptized? Because baptism, it becomes the key to other sacraments, as we learned in our catechism. So baptism is the key for these other sacraments. Also, he reminds us over the same that we have to undergo this so that we get other sacraments following. And how do you define sacraments? How do you understand sacrament? Or just go to fulfill the teachings of the church, or just go for formality? So we have to go deeper and understand the meaning of this sacrament in our lives, more especially the sacrament of reconciliation, which has been captured by the saint of today, St. John Baptist de Rossi. And he was born at Voltaggio, Geneva, Italy. That's where we've seen her up there. And he died in Rome on 23rd May, the year 1764. And he was beatified by Pope Pius the 9th in the year 1860, and canonized by Pope Leo the 8th on 8th December the year 1881. Brothers and sisters, there's a very great quote here captured by St. John Baptist de Rossi, and it reads, "To deserve paradise, we must work without intermission." I'll repeat again. To deserve paradise, we must work without intermission. A very great quote right here, which is going to drive our day, and at the end of the day, get that we have really got closer as St. John Baptist de Rossi, the saint whom we're celebrating today. Brothers and sisters, thank you for watching, and thank you for following this show right from here, BEA Media. Continue following us on our social media platforms. You can get us on Facebook and YouTube. Just go to BEA Media. You can be able to get us on our website via www.beamedia.com. My name is Alex. Have it nice. Be blessed.